I have not shared one of my traditional recipes for the longest time, so curry is something that I cook more than anything. It was the first thing my mum taught me how to cook when I was about 12. My dad asked me to cook some curry while he made some fresh chapatis in the garden. I left this part to my dad because look what happened when I tried. Today we also had the help of my niece.
Wow, you made that, Isra.
We enjoyed this traditional meal with my grandparents while we watched England play in the finals. So I'm going to share with you how I made my minced meat curry. This dish is best made with lamb mince, but my family prefer it with chicken mince. I'm going to start by peeling the garlic. Now, I'm not sure if there's a right or wrong way of doing this, but there's got to be a faster way than this. I usually get my grandma to do this part for me, but I couldn't find her today, so here I am. So 25 minutes later, I'm still peeling that garlic. So the curry itself does not take long to cook, it's the actual preparation which takes the longest. Now that I finally have that out of my system, I'm going to start on the ginger. So I'm going to cut off about 2 or 3 inches of ginger, and this is definitely not the right way to peel your ginger, so don't copy me. I think the correct way to peel a ginger is to scrape the skin off with your knife. But I spent long enough on the garlic, so I think I'm just going to cut the sides off like so. So instead of crushing the ginger and the garlic, I'm going to make a ginger and garlic paste today. I'm going to use my favourite kitchen appliance, which is the Ninja chopper. I have a full review of this chopper on my channel, so I'm going to put that in the description below for you to check later. So instead of adding my oil straight into the pan, I'm going to make my ginger and garlic paste with it. This just helps with the consistency of the garlic and ginger paste instead of using water. So that's my garlic and ginger paste that I made at home. It's better than paying $5.99 for the smallest amount from the supermarket. And there are no extra additives in here to preserve it. It is just pure garlic, ginger and oil. I'm now going to go ahead and cut my tomato into big chunks. Recently, I have got into the habit of removing all of that sloppy stuff from the middle. I just feel as if it disturbs the cooking process. Moving on, I'm going to peel and cut some potatoes. This is a completely optional ingredient in the curry. I'm going to give them a good wash and then cut them into small chunks. I'm going to chop up some coriander now. And I'm going to put 2 chillies in there, but I think I'm going to leave them whole this time instead of chopping them. Finally, the vegetables are all done. We can start cooking now. I'm going to start with adding my garlic and ginger paste into a pan. Remember, the oil is already in here, so I'm not going to add any extra oil. I'm going to start cooking this on a medium heat. After a couple of minutes, I added some minced chillies and some minced onions. I let that cook for about 10 minutes with the lid on. I have added a splash of water at this point. Now that everything has softened up, I'm going to go ahead and add all my spices. All of the spices I used are in the description below. At this point, I added some salt and some curry powder. I let that cook on a high heat for about 10 to 12 minutes. I made sure I stirred it regularly to avoid it from sticking. I added a splash of water. I'm going to let that simmer for 5 more minutes before I put the chicken mince in. I have now added the minced meat and I'm going to give that a really good mix until everything is combined. I'm going to cook that with the lid on for just 5 minutes. I gave that a good mix before adding in my tomatoes. I have just added in some fenugreek leaves. I let the tomatoes saute for about 5 minutes before adding small chunks of potatoes. Here I have added some garam masala and some coriander powder and some fresh coriander, and in go them fresh chillies. So I added a little bit of water just to thicken up the gravy. While that's simmering away just for 5 minutes, I'm going to make a quick salad.